welcome to Refreshing Viewpoints, where we're prospecting for gold in the Golden Isles. I am your guest host, Bryanna Beyer, and today we have Fran and Paula Antczak with Island Sea Designs.
Thank you for having us.
Pleasure to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. How did you guys get started in this business?
I had always wanted to make furniture. I had made some furniture back in the mid-70s and enjoyed it, and we decided to start a Georgia business using Georgia-grown products.
And it kind of happened by accident. We were talking about flooring and beams for houses and things like that. And so while they were trying to build that business up, they had a lot of time on their hands, they started building furniture. And then that's what really took off, was the uniqueness of the furniture and the fact that it was all, everything is local to this area.
Where does all this wood come from?
Well, we can start with the wood that we're sitting on. It's Georgia longleaf pine. It was cut probably this summer, maybe in the late summer. And the trees had to be removed from property. They've been aging about 6 to 8 months before we'll cut them up for slabs. It's a nice wood. It's a mixed hardwood, but it makes a beautiful table. It's got great grain, and it just goes to waste if somebody doesn't, reclaim it.
So how do you look at a piece of wood and decide what you're going to make from it?
My associate Hondo and myself have jointly run this business for the last 11 or 12 years. We look at it and it almost tells you what to do. It's like a sculptor will tell you a piece of marble that they say, what do you carve off? They'll tell you anything that's not supposed to be there. We'll look at them and see how they like to go together. They might make a dining table. They might make a tall stand-up console table. They may end up being, a countertop in bars in a restaurant. We do a lot of restaurant work.
So we were talking earlier about the process of where you guys get the wood and the aging process. But once you get into the shop, what tools do you use to make the finished product?
Well, we saw it with the big bandsaw outside and the slabs, and we when we start to build it, we run it through the planer, plane it down. Then from then on, it's all done by hand. We hand dovetail it, hand sand it, and everything is done by hand after that.
So once you get into the shop, how long is the process from the wood to the product?
The finishing of the product is about the same amount of time. If it takes us a week to build a table, we hand rub in a coat of 100% tung oil every 24 hours. You get to see a much different looking product. The surface achieves almost a depth which you can't achieve by anything sprayed on or brushed on.
Yeah, most companies use polyurethanes and modern finishes that are instant. Tung oil takes lots of time. It takes a lot of work, and that's why they don't want to use it, because it takes a lot of work.
As I was walking around the shop, I noticed many of the tables were filled with green and red instead of wood putty. Can you talk about that? See, they have something red.
Yeah, I'm so glad you asked that question. I guess I'm saying that right. They make jewelry out of it. It's a stone to make jewelry out of. This is amethyst crystals. Some of this is turquoise. Some of it's coral. This is all jade. This slab wood, I bought it in Atlanta, but it's ambrosia maple. They call it ambrosia maple because of these. There's a little beetle that gets in the wood when the tree is growing, and it makes these dark marks in the wood, and it's called ambrosia maple. We like wood that's got a lot of defects because it gives us a chance to put color into the wood.
You mean assets, not defects. Huh? You mean assets, not defects.
Yeah, well, assets to us, defects to most people.
Okay.
We like to use wood that most people would throw away.
Thank you guys for that. That'll conclude today's segment. I am your guest host, Bryanna Beyer, and stay tuned where there'll be another refreshing view waiting for you.